Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. This is Petal. Happy Tuesday, wherever you are. And if you're in the UK, you have our fave there. Take care of him, protect him, get him back to California quickly, or Nigeria, or wherever they're going, he's going after. But our fave is in the UK. And if you were tuned in, as I said yesterday, there was or at least it's going on, or may have ended by now, the seminar thing they had this morning for Invictus. I did not know if Harry was going to be there. I did not know what time he will be in the UK. And Harry was there. And so he was there today, introduced along with Ken Fisher and also Mr. Keith or Sir Keith. Yeah, I think it says Sir Keith is what it is. And I don't know why my chair is creaking, but it is creaking. Sorry if you're hearing the creaking in the background there. New York noise. So you say New York aesthetic, I guess. But Sir Keith is the one who helped Harry, and Harry basically took the idea for Invictus Games to him. And while, I think the day before he went on vacation, and then they had about 11 months or something like that to put a whole games together. And you're like, you're crazy. But yeah, so Sir Keith, Ken Fisher, and Prince Harry were all on a panel this morning. Hope you were able to tune in to it. I hope you got your tickets and everything. I posted a photo of it, Harry, in our community page earlier this morning. So hope you guys were able to get it. I wasn't able to be in on the other panels, but hope you guys were able to, and maybe we'll be able to share on here what you got out of it. But it was really cool to hear from Prince Harry. He looked beautiful and tanned and fresh, and Prince Harry is where it is at. And so we know one thing about Harry after their panel, whatever. I know he said he was going to be having dinner or some kind of celebration at one of their other Invictus. I guess he's a donor or one of those funding people for Invictus. They were going to be having some kind of celebration, I guess, at his house or somewhere. That's what Prince Harry said, because he wasn't he wasn't at the panel discussion today. So Harry was looking for him, but he said that they are going to be meeting up later. They're going to be having dinner later, some kind of celebration later. So yeah. So yes, our fave was there looking amazing. I'm telling you, California is where it's at for Harry. He is home there, and it agrees with him in every way. On top of that, he just looks fantastic. The man is looking fantastic. So, but before we go on, let me just say hi to all of my friends who are in the chat, all 115 of you either in the chat, and some of you are not in the chat. So hello to you as well. But here, Marvin is here. Hello, Marvin Cato. How are you? It's like, blessed day to you, Miss Battle. Well, blessed day to you, Sir Marvin. But since we're in the UK, we're going by Sir and Duchess and Princess today, I guess. Nala Thandu, Princess Nala Thandu, hanging out with us from South Africa. Hello, Nala Thandu. And let's see who else is here. Khadijah is here. Princess Khadijah is here. Church Nelly is here, our awesome moderator, with all of the links that you need for the channel, for our faves, a website, and everything else that you need. Just look in Church Nelly's posts. Any one of those you need, she will give them to you. Our awesome moderator, Karen M, is here. Hello, Karen M. And who else is here? So scroll down a little bit. Let's see who else. Oh, Annie is here. Hello, Annie Bullard. How are you? And she's saying hello to everyone. So I am so happy you're here. Kathy Gabby is here. Dawn is here. Kanitha. Hello, my friends. Little Mac is here. See, Faith is here. Let's see who else is hanging out. Oh, Auntie Jane is here. Hello, Auntie Jane. JSC is here. Karen Warner is here. Hello, Karen. Mama Jane. Hello. Let's see. Ooh, Sylvia, Marcia. Hi, guys. Welcome. Joan Garcia. I see you here too. Yep, I see you there. And we will say hello to everyone else as we go in. Hello, Coffee Honey. It's like Pedal, SSF. What is it? Oh, Sussex Squad. What does the F means? I don't know. I don't know what the F means. Mixie Martin is here. Tell me. Coffee_honey. Tell me what that means. Lit Lane is here. Let's see who else is here before we Lady T is here. Hello. Hello, Lady T. And Kutlo is here. Oh my goodness. Jadida. Oh, Jadida? Oh, or Jadida. How do you say this? Give me a phonetics. Let me know how to say this. I love that. Thank you. Wonderful name. I love it. Hi, Sandra and Ruth. I see you here. Ruth is here. Sandra is here. So hello, guys. We'll just say hello to everyone else as they come in. And hopefully more of our friends will show up and we can hang together. But our fave is in the UK. And of course, we want him out of the UK as quickly as possible. But, has to be there until tomorrow because tomorrow is the church service, the service of Thanksgiving, tomorrow, I should say, for Invictus, celebrating the I am 10, I am here. And Harry is, dude, I'm telling you, what you have created is just amazing. I am here. Yes. And this is Prince Harry with Sir Keith and Ken Fisher. We know Ken Fisher is the CEO, and actually I think his uncle is the one that started the Fisher House Foundation, and he is now in charge of the Fisher House Foundation. And you know what the Fisher House Foundation, if you've been here, we talk about this all the time. Fisher House Foundations, they provide housing. They literally build the most beautiful homes next to or near or in the same community as military hospital, veterans hospital, so that when a vet has to be in the hospital for any length of time, the family can also be there with them. And so they provide housing for family to be staying near to where their family member is. And it's a community, so they share the house with other vets' families. And it's beautiful housing that they can have. They share the kitchen and just beautiful space where they can, build family and have the support they need as they take care of their family member in the hospital. So they have these hospitals. They have them in New York. They have them in DC. They have them all over the US. Wherever there's a veterans hospital or clinic, they have, I think, a couple of them in the UK and other places as well. So Ken Fish is doing an amazing thing. It's one of the things he said today is, because they were asking him, what is their vision for the next 10 years? He's like, my vision is to never have to build another one of these houses. Because that will mean that there are no vets that need them, that there are no vets that, is in the hospital and in needing of these care. But as long as there's conflict, and Harry was basically, his was the same thing. It's like, his thing is the games, this would be the end of the games. That would be his goal. But as long as there's conflict, it's never going to be the end. And so he's like, as long as there's conflict, there's going to be the games. I'll be there. And so, but it was really cool to listen to them and listen to Harry just sort of dropping his crazy idea on poor Sir Keith, who was just about to go on vacation. Only your friends would do that crazy stuff to you. Only your friends in like 2:00 in the morning will call you with some crazy idea about something that they could have told you, like, at 8:00 in the morning the next day. But because they're your friends, and I say this from experience, because my friend Ashley and I is like, the craziest hours she would have an idea and she would call. And I'm the same way. I'd be like, Ashley, oh my gosh, did you? And it's just like, I was like, you could have done that the day after, but it's just, that's how friends are, right? They will show up at the most inconvenient of times and you let them in because they're your friend, even though in those moments are the most inconvenient and you literally want to choke them. That's what your friends would do. And so, but I love this because only your friends would allow you to do crazy stuff like that. And so I love it. So Sir Keith was talking about, Harry calling him with this crazy idea the day before he went on vacation. And of course, instead of having a vacation, I guess his whole vacation was taken up with Harry's craziness. And here we are 10 years later, that craziness has become this, and so it was a wonderful conversation. I have to go back and listen to it again. And because for some reason I was having difficulty um getting onto it, and so I felt like I was a little stressed when I was listening to it. And so I was like, okay, I need to listen to it again so I can get all of that, all of it. But it was really wonderful conversation, so hope you guys got a chance to listen to it, or at least to watch it. And the other panels, I didn't get to see the other panels because I was off doing other things, but I hope you guys got to see it, and maybe you can share with us as well. So I am 10. And again, I wasn't sure Harry was going to be there because Archie's birthday was yesterday. So he may have taken a, overnight flight, which he does a lot of times, I guess. Take a flight last night, and guy arrived in the UK. So, but there you go. Let's see what else is happening. So Invictus Games have been posting about it. Says we're delighted to be joined by our founding patron, Prince Harry, at today's IGF conversation, realizing a global community, for panel 1 to discuss 10 years of the Invictus Games. And so obviously that's what we were just looking at. I'll just move my little brand thing there. There you go. So we can read the rest of it. And so Invictus, if you're on X, Invictus is posting throughout the day about it. So definitely, if you are not following Invictus Games on X, or they are also on Instagram and stuff. I don't usually follow any royal or any of that stuff on Instagram. I'm doing flowers and other stuff on Instagram, so I only follow it on X. So, but I think they're also posting there. Also look at their it's in our community page, but look at their YouTube page as well, because they post stuff on there, and I'm sure they're going to be posting this on there. So anyways, they also posted this earlier today. It says, when we started, we had no money, no people. It wasn't even called the Invictus Games yet. We just had a very good idea. Sir Keith Mills. Oh, that's what he said. Because again, they just started with Harry's crazy idea when he saw, when he saw what was going on at the Warrior Games. They didn't have any money, and so I think at first what they did was take the Harry's money from that he had from, oh goodness, what was the organization, his other military organization. I think they the money that was taken in from there, that was part of the foundation that he was a part of with Kate and William. He took the money that he raised from there and they put it towards Invictus Games, and then obviously they got other people funding it as well. But at the at the beginning of it, they didn't have any money, they didn't have any people. So what he said is that they called in a lot of favors. They called in a lot of favors, including from Boris Johnson, which I didn't realize. Apparently, Boris Johnson was I guess he said the mayor of London at the time. And so he was in charge of the stadium that they eventually used. And he said Harry, he called Harry a really good salesman. He sold Boris Johnson on the idea and basically twisted Boris Johnson's arm really, really strong, and twisted it. So they got the stadium and everything for free. So everything they had was that. So he said they called in a lot of favors to get the first Invictus Games going. And so I'm telling you, and look at where they are now with Boeing. And I mean, Boeing is coming on as the presenting partner again for the upcoming games in Vancouver Whistler. The I think the European chief, whatever her title is, she's actually American. And she was there today. I was talking about just how amazing Dusseldorf was. And so they are back on as the presenting partner at Invictus Vancouver Whistler. So amazing partnerships that they've built. So going on for this, I've realized I didn't even finish reading the post. It says, it was great to hear about the origins of Invictus movement today with our founder and patron, Prince Harry, Sir Keith Mills, and Ken Fisher at the IGF conversation. I am here, #I'm here, and I am 10. So yeah, wonderful. And so that's Prince Harry with Sir Keith Mills, and that's Ken Fisher right in the background there. So amazing. The incredible impact these men are making and have made on the world is, I'm floored with the things that they're doing. And it's just, and today I posted about Harry just being, the adult and we'll talk about that in a second. But it's just like it blows my mind how successful it is, how impactful it is. And I mean, our Harry has so much respect all over the world. It's a mind blowing. And I'm like, I just feel so proud of him and all that he has accomplished with so much stuff against him. And look at this, right back there in the UK, minding his business, doing his thing, and happy as a lark. And so you go, Prince Harry, you go. And Team Nigeria always they did what's I think it's Wosa is the what they say. So this is actually part of a video. Invictus Nigeria says Nigeria Unconquered Foundation is celebrating We Are Invictus Games 10-year anniversary. The Invictus Games Foundation will be celebrating the incredible individuals who have used sports or adventurous challenges to aid their recovery and celebrate that they are still with us. And we know that the I am here and you're still with us is that many people, including what Ken Fisher was talking about today, in the US, he was talking about just the suicide rate of so many of veterans. And I know that it to be completely true because again, working on a play about the military and being around the military in the US, that is a very real thing. That is just it is scary to hear it and be around it and to see the struggle that veterans have. Even, you think, oh, some of the veterans we were with were from Vietnam and they still struggle with a lot of the same things like if they just got back from Vietnam, you know what I mean? And it just like, it is so jarring to be around it and see the challenges that they go through. And so this I am here is not just, a statement, oh, I am here, but no, really, I'm alive. I am alive and I have to celebrate because this is an everyday challenge for a lot of veterans, a real everyday challenge to be here tomorrow, to be here the next day. So mental health in the military, as we know, is a huge thing. So this is really, really important. Church Nelly says, bravo, Harry, supporting veterans. Bravo. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It is absolutely, absolutely amazing. Marcia says, besides every successful man stands a wise and strong woman. Harry and Meghan are forced to be reckoned with. Oh my goodness. Isn't that true? I mean, no truer words has ever been spoken. I'm telling you. Prince Harry has grown in so many ways because he has a woman who is a woman and knows who she is and know what she will tolerate. And Harry has grown in leaps and bounds, and it's beautiful to see. It is absolutely, absolutely beautiful to see. So thank you, Marcia. This is absolutely amazing and beautiful. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Church Nelly's having issues. Okay, people, I'm at a grocery store parking lot refusing to give my parking space to this person stalking it. I'll leave when I'm good and ready. You go, Chris. You go, Church Nelly. I'm sick. You just stay there, and whenever you're good and ready, then they could come in. There you go. Joan says, Harry and Meghan are positive humanitarians. So true. So true. Thank you. Endeavor Fund. There you go. That is the fund. I couldn't remember what it was called. That is when Harry was with it at the foundation of, what is it? The Royal Foundation, it was called, with that he was in with William and Kate, and he raised funds for this organization, the Endeavor. And so the funds he raised through the Endeavor Fund is what was then put towards Invictus Games. And I remember and he wrote about it, even Robert Jobson wrote about it really scathingly against William, that William did, Harry really had to sell them on the idea of the Invictus Games. He didn't think it would work. Harry went ahead with it, and here we are. So yeah. And He always talks about William being jealous of that. He will forever be jealous and try to take it. So yeah. um, let's see. What else you guys are saying before we move on? Sylvia says, Marcia, 100% right. Harry has a wonderful, positive, intelligent woman by his side. They are both servant leaders. That is very, very true. That is very, very true. Let's see. Kutla says IG is really a powerful movement. I hope it continues to make great impact globally. I do as well. And Prince Harry talked about Germany. One of the reasons and we talked about it at the time too, because I didn't realize it until I had done an article on one of our podcasts during the games last year about just the relationship between Germany and the German military and the German people. And there was this big disconnect because of all that happened. Now, Germany at this moment is forever on the wrong side of history, and they have not learned. That is a whole other story. That's a whole other thing with this country. I'm like, you would think y'all will learn, but they haven't. But let's stick with Invictus for this. So he was talking about there's the reason they chose Dusseldorf is because they would have that disconnect. And so by bringing it there, there's the public is sort of reconnecting with people who served and their sacrifices and all of that. And now Germany is also, because of what the great things that happened during the game, and people started seeing veterans, their injuries, whether visible or invisible, in a different light. Germany now has they're now going to have a Veterans Day. They never, I guess, never had that. We're used to that in the US because we have Veterans Day all the time. I think the UK, what do you guys call it over there again? Remembrance Day or something like that. You call it in the UK. Whatever. I guess Germany didn't have one. And so Invictus game really sort of helped people to see like, okay, no, we need to honor these people who sacrificed their lives and their families, who sacrificed everything to, keep our country safe or whatever. Even though, again, right now they are back on the wrong side of history, but that's not, that's the government and whatever. Moving on. Let's move on from Germany. There you go. Let's see. What else you guys are saying? Why is this chair just keep squeaking? Like my chair just keeps squeaking all the time. Let's see. Was Karen coming up with some numbers? Karen says Endeavor Fund had a $750,000 he used to create Invictus games. There you go. Thank you, Karen, for those numbers. I did not have that, so I appreciate our community coming up with receipts and numbers. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's why I love this community. We know stuff. We know stuff, and I love that. Let's see. Don says, my husband is a disabled vet. Wow. Every day he is here is a blessing and a show of his reliance. We love Harry and Meghan. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Don. Is he a part of Invictus Games? Has he gotten hooked up with Invictus Games? I hope he has. So again, it's not just the games with Invictus. There are so many things that they do throughout the year, whether it's hiking, biking, whatever it is, whether the injury is invisible or visible, there's something in Invictus Games that can help. And so I hope, I don't want to pry. If you want to share, that's fine. But I hope in some way that your husband is able to connect with Invictus Games. So yeah, but thank you for sharing. Yeah. Let's see. What else is... Joan has been with us, a 2 Cents Crew member for 17 months. Oh, thank you for your support, Joan. Thank you. She says, Pearl, I love your podcast all the time. Amazing. Oh, thank you. We couldn't do it without you and all of you who support the channel in all the different ways you do, and I appreciate it. And we are flying. We've flown past 9,000 subscribers. On to 10,000. Thank you all so much. I appreciate. So thank you, Joan. Let's see. Kathy Gabby said that 750,000 was the seed that was planted, and I'm telling you, that seed has blossomed. It has grown and has blossomed to where it is. It's amazing. So yeah. Don says he has not joined Invictus or Wounded Warriors, but I'm trying to get him involved. Oh, okay. I mean, anyway, of course you can't make someone, but there are so many. I don't know if you have the links to Invictus or Wounded Warriors. If you need it, let me know, and I'll post it on our community page. Invictus link is there, but I'll also put Wounded Warriors there, so that way you can at least share it with him if he wants to go on, if he wants to connect or not. But it's been helping so many people. So yeah. Let's see. Marcia says, good rebuttal facts for the Derangers, Endeavor funds. Oh, the Derangers are still there. It's so funny. I think I have blocked and muted the right people because I don't see their nonsense anymore. So I didn't even realize they were still going on about this nonsense. I mean, this is just people trying to get engagement. I do not engage with people who do, say stuff, because the whole thing was that they were like, oh, Invictus Games was also William and Kate also founded Invictus Games. That is just nonsense. Even royal reporters who hate Harry talk about William not he didn't even want Harry to do it, and now how jealous he is of it and all of that stuff. Anybody with common sense knows that William had nothing to do with Invictus Games or it starting. Yeah, him and Charles were at the opening, the first games, maybe I think the opening ceremony or whatever. I don't know if they showed up at the other. I mean, I wasn't following Harry then, so I don't even know. I never really went back to check, but if they were at other things other than the opening. So, but anybody with common sense know that these crazy people they just want engagement and they just want to antagonize people. So I would just say, just ignore. They're not worth your time. They're totally not worth your time. That's nonsense. And of course today, Invictus posting patron and founding member, Prince Harry. So that should do it too. So there you go. Let's see. Are you still in that parking lot, Church Nelly? She's like, can you go to jail for throwing a frozen turkey at someone? Just asking for a friend. Church Nelly, tell your friend yes. Don't throw the turkey. Eat the turkey. You need to go home and thaw that thing out and eat it. Don't be throwing it at people. We don't want to have to come and bail you out of anything. So don't throw the turkey. Oh my gosh. Oh my word. So Karen said, oh, she's talking to Dawn, says, I hope you and your husband can join us in New York City in September this year. I would love to have you guys here. Okay. So you and Karen could chat about that. Let's see. Let's see. Cookies and Cream, our awesome moderator, says, I'm incredibly proud of Harry. He's he's an amazing and intelligent man. They constantly underestimate Harry, to their own detriment. I mean, everyone else in the world can see it, but the people who should be able to see it don't. And I think that's the thing, people closest to you are the ones that don't really see as clearly as they need to, even when they need to be the ones seeing clearly, they just don't, and they underestimate. And so yeah, but the rest of the world is getting the benefit of it, so of Harry's brilliance. I mean, gosh. So let them try to undermine, because I guess with them, undermining Harry is the only thing that they have that they think will elevate them. But maybe that worked in a world where there was no social media. That may have worked then. That stuff doesn't work now, because we can see we can see what they're doing in real time, and it's not impressive in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, And what else is happening apart from this? Let's see. Let's talk about Charles and people underestimating Harry. One of the things I love is, as we talk about Prince Harry and his growth and being married to someone who is an intelligent, compassionate, amazing woman who is a woman and not a child and knows her worth and knows, is the way how Harry has handled this whole thing with Charles. Harry could have, and he would have every right to kick Charles to the curb. He would have every single right to do it. But he hasn't, because he's modeling behavior for his son, to his kids. And so he is being the kind of son that he, hopefully his kids would model and be when they grow up, and, for him, towards him as a father. And so this whole narrative, we know if Harry is coming to the UK, the whole narrative is going to be, oh, is Harry going to see Charles? Is Harry's going to see his father? Is there going to be an olive branch, a bridge, all the different bridge building things that they write about every single time? It is so boring. Is he going to see Kate and William? The whole narrative. And so on and on and on. It's been like for the last week, I had to block it all out, because it's kind of like, how many articles can you write about this? And so Prince Harry just took it upon himself, and he says, as Huffington Post and other outlets have let everyone know, Prince Harry's people put out a statement. Prince Harry is unfortunately not meeting with King Charles during his UK visit. Prince Harry will not be meeting with his father, King Charles, during his trip to the United Kingdom this week. In response, and this is what Harry's spokesperson said, in response to the many inquiries and continued speculation on whether or not the Duke will meet his father while in the UK this week, it unfortunately will not be possible due to His Majesty's full program. A spokesperson for the Duke of Sussex said in a statement shared with Huffington Post on Tuesday. The Duke, of course, is understanding of his father's diary of commitments and various other priorities and hopes to see him soon, the spokesperson added. HuffPost reached out to Buckingham Palace for further comments. I guess Buckingham Palace didn't say nothing. And I love the fact that Harry just took it up on himself. Everybody was asking, and then this whole narrative is going to go on, and until it's like, goodness. And Harry just took it upon himself. He just dealt with it. So tomorrow, the focus is simply on the celebration. Everybody knows he's not meeting Charles. Everybody knows this is it. And he took away all the exclusives and all of the nonsense that they were writing, even though some of them are still claiming like, oh, I wrote it and Harry just confirmed what I wrote. Yeah, that's them. But anyway, so Harry took away all speculation. I love that Harry put it on. He's like, no, this is not about my schedule being full. I could have met him. This is about Charles filling up his schedule. And Harry was kind in not really saying, it's like due to His Majesty's full program. Charles deliberately filled up his program. He deliberately filled up his calendar, if it's full at all, at least that's what he says, so that he could continue the stupid tabloid game that he's been playing since, Harry came back and saw him and only met with Harry for 45 minutes to give the tabloid the same ridiculous, oh, Charles snubbed Harry narrative. It is so ridiculous. And so, dude, you are a 75-year-old man. You're still playing stupid, childish games. It's like, we're in 2024. When is this 75, 76, whatever his age is, going to grow up? When is he going to grow up? It's kind of like, for so many months, people have been pointing out just how stupid the royal family and their whole team have been. And you would think they would learn and just decide, okay, we're going to do the adult things. We're going to do the professional things even if it's to appear that we have some kind of common sense here. And it's kind of like the more people pointing out the stupidity of their actions is the more they seem to lean in to the stupidity. Dude, you're 75 years old. You supposedly have cancer. I mean, why would you still be leaning into stupidity? Why would you still be leaning into stuff that you did back when Diana was still your wife? Why are you doing? I mean, this is like, is there any person with common sense within the royal household to like sort of clue them in? Like, this is not the 80s and 90s. We can see the stupidity in real time, and guess what? You look stupid. You look stupid. You're 75, 70. Somebody tell me what his age is. I don't even know. I don't remember what his age is right now. This is stupid. You know, earlier I posted as childish games. I'm like, this is not even childish. This is just stupid. This is flat out idiotic behavior from a 75-year-old. You should be a man where people learn from you. You have grandchildren who are supposed to learn from you. You have children who are supposed to learn from you. Don't you think it's time that you stop the stupid games? Don't you think it's time that you stop following the tabloid stupidity? This is like the head of state. I cannot imagine having a head of state with this. It's just like, I'm at a loss. I am totally at a loss. I mean, their stupidity level is so high that I'm like, can y'all just tie them together and drag them out of the palace and just kick them out and just let your palaces be empty or something? Like, this is like, the level of stupidity here is just, it's mind-boggling to me. And not only did he did that, like, if the world can't see the stupidity, now he has he has this full list of military things that he's, engagements that he's going on, apparently. Like, we don't know that the reason why he's all of a sudden filling up his calendar with all these military things is to compete against your own son, dude. And then not only that, he apparently is, I guess this week or next week, whatever, going, because Prince Harry was part of this division in the military where he got his Apache pilot license and all of that stuff. Now the news has just come out, oh shocker, that he's giving that patronage to Prince William. Prince William, who has literally been doing 2 engagements or so per month for the entire year. And it's just like, well, that's supposed to do what exactly to Harry? We're not stupid. We can see Prince William is not qualified. He's not, in any way, shape, or form to be leading anything in any way, in any shape or, I mean, it just, oh my gosh. Like, I am sitting here cringing with secondhand embarrassment for these people. This is just... It is unbelievable. And this is supposed to be your head of state. These people are supposed to be your... And I'm like... And on top of that, you're paying them 86 million, which, by the way, I think next year is going to go up to like 125 million pounds a year of your taxpayer money for these idiots. Like, And I am so happy that Prince Harry let us know that, look, I am here. I'm willing to meet you. I'm willing to be the big person in spite of the fact that you have all been abusive to me, my wife, my mother. I'm willing to meet you, my father who has cancer. But what you do, you fill up your schedule so that the press could have this ridiculous narrative of, oh, you snubbed your own son. And it just, ay. This is going forward what y'all have to, what you in the UK have to expect from this 75-year-old. And more, if you have any doubts or any questions, like, should Harry and Meghan have stayed in the UK? Could they have made it? How could you make it work with this, in this kind of situation, with people with lacking in common sense? How could you, 2 people who are highly intelligent and function within this system. You can't. You cannot function within this system. And no wonder they are the mess that they are today. Because it's just like nobody is there to say, no, we can't do this. This is stupid. This looks stupid. You look stupid. There is nobody to say it. And so if you ever had any doubt, no wonder Princess Diana, I mean, like, she had to get out of there. Prince Harry and Meghan had to get out of it because, like, not only are you just, like, emotionally stunted, it's just stupidity all around. And this the stupidest, anyway, I can't even. So this is where we are. So hopefully we will not hear the Harry not meeting his father nonsense again. We're over it. Moving on. Moving on. Kathy Gabby says, I like how Harry put his name first. I know. Charles got second place again. I mean, they're trying to compete with someone who is doing the work and has the creds. He has the creds internationally. He has the respect of the world. They're trying to sit there and to compete with that with some stupid patronage, giving stupid patronage to somebody who obviously doesn't want to work, obviously is not qualified to do any of the stuff that they're giving him to do, just because he is the heir. Lord have mercy. Karen Water says Charles will not grow up in this lifetime. He is still competing with his children, still carry on the crazy notion that no one, not even his children, should be above him. Same he did with Princess Diana. This is perfectly true. Perfectly said. Yeah, this is what he's doing. He's competing with your son, who has a lot more creds than you, who is better at this than you are. Why are you competing with your son? You're never going to measure up. I mean, to the fact that you competed with a 4-year-old child with your coronation that nobody asked for. It's funny that somebody was asking, what is a coronation yesterday? Yeah, you was competing with a 4-year-old. So that forever on Archie's birthday, it's always going to be, the UK press will always be talking about, oh, this is Charles's coronation anniversary. I mean, when is this man, as Karen says, he's never going to grow up. Emotionally stunted, that's where he's going to stay. Unbelievable. Mercy says, what cancer? They're very true. Marcia says, naked Emperor Charles. There is literally no clothes there. There is literally none. Colleen says, Charles and William are bitter and small-minded. Harry's smart, concise, and to the point. Yeah, he is the adult. He is the adult in that family. And I love that he's like, no, Harry loves, and he refused to let their stupidity stop him from loving and giving. And that is what he's modeling for his family. He is modeling someone who is willing to love and willing to work through things. And what the others in the UK are showing is that they're just not emotionally in a place where they are capable of doing that. They remain in this pathetic, small-minded place that they just can't see beyond. It's like you can't see beyond their nose. Unbelievable. Somebody needs to pop that royal bubble so that they can see, because whoever it is, the voice that they're hearing around them has led them into a place that is like literally, you sit there and you're like, you have secondhand embarrassment for them, and they can't see it. They cannot see it. Unreal. No self-awareness whatsoever. Mercy says, now the young folks can understand what Diana went through. Hello. And the young folks do. They totally do. So, yeah. Sylvia says, that's how propaganda works. It is a repeat game over and over. If you look back, this is the same playbook from Diana Day. These people do not see things through the eyes of reality. Nope, that is very true. They live in a bubble and there they stay. And they only see what's in that bubble. Even though the world is screaming at them like, hello, wake up, then they just don't see it and they don't hear it. So, yeah. Bree says Charles hasn't had a full program all year. Not even cancer can make him act human. He is totally beyond redemption. I'm telling you. You don't have this is so true. You haven't had a calendar booked all year, and people are supposed to believe that the moment your son comes into town, all of a sudden you have a booked calendar, and in your calendar is all kind of military stuff. Just the time he comes in to take care of Invictus, and what people are supposed to believe. I mean, goodness gracious. This is what happens. You're stupid. You just assume other people are stupid right along with you. That's it. I just ah. Emerald is like, I can't understand if they're really that stupid or not. I'm confused. No one can be this stupid, petty, vindictive, messy, etc., etc. Well, apparently they are. I guess people can be that way because hello, we're looking at them right now. I know it's hard to imagine, but there we are. So Kathy says, pedal Brits are not like the French. No dragging out. I'm like, just drag them all out and just keep your palaces empty, because at this point they're really not bringing any kind of value to any of this stuff. Because you see this stuff, I mean, anyway, move on. Cookies and Cream says the unroyals refuse to see how racist, petty, idiotic, vindictive, diabolical. Add another, add another descriptive there. They look on the world's that they don't see it. It just nothing gets through to them apparently. It's amazing to me. Terry says cancer-stricken Charles suddenly is well enough to have a full schedule. What a yes. That not a good father at all. Sharon S says Charles is badly advised. There will be consequences. No one likes cruelty. Well, I mean, in a real world, in a just world, yeah. But the way they are right now, they are getting away with it. They've been getting away with it. So there we are. Karen says they are not a family. They're an organization. Yes, that is what they are. Nissy Gates says, I'm so glad Harry and Meghan left that toxic brew of a family. Well, but as Karen just says, that's an organization. So there you are. Sylvia says, as Harry said in the docuseries, he and his wife are moving on. The longer Harry is away from that drama, he will begin to truly see he made the right choice to take his family away. And yeah, I mean, he saw it then. He keeps, the more they do this crazy stuff, he will continue to see it more and more and more and be even more sure of his decision. Because again, it's difficult. I mean, leaving something you've known your entire life and you're indoctrinated in, it's like leaving a cult. It always takes time to fully get away from all of those crazy teachings and things that you did. And so I think of it in the same way that it would be leaving a cult. So yeah. And so more and more he's away from it, he gets more sure of his own decisions. Cutler says, Dr. Shola labeled Charles as a pathetic, sorry excuse of a man. She is so right. Yeah. I mean, how perfect descriptor there. Because, I mean, God, it's pathetic. It is pathetic. Mercy says, when the queen died, the firm died. I'd say it died before she died, but yeah, now it's the last. They always like to say the last nail in or whatever they say. Yeah, there you go. So very, very interesting. Joan says, well, no one invites them anywhere like they do with Harry and Meghan. They can't stop people from loving them. And yeah, I mean, a lot of this has to be there. I'm sure there's a little sting there that Nigeria invited Harry and Meghan to there. They would have thought that they would have invited the others, especially. Wait a minute. Come to think of that, what happened to that global statesman stuff? I guess Prince William forgot that too. because I haven't heard anything about the global statesman thing. Either that or he has realized and decided that, well, that's gonna kind of work out. Because for a while there was all global statesmen, and I guess he has forgotten, just like he forgot the Middle East peace and curing racism and all the things that he's supposedly doing. I guess, yeah, I guess he forgot he was supposed to be a global statesperson too. So there you go. um, and I guess the press has forgotten as well, because I haven't seen anything about global statesperson. So yeah. Let's see. Karen says, Charles coming back is very timely and strategic for when Prince Harry is going to the UK to hijack Prince Archie's birthday. All very strategic. And it's just so like, you see it right in front of, and again, they're operating like they are back in the 90s. And it's like, you do know there's so, I mean, I know King Charles he's not on social media and he's not interested in social media or any of that stuff. But somebody needs to tell him that we can actually see them in real time. We can see that stupidity in real time, and we don't really pay attention to the nonsense PR that they do with the rota. So maybe somebody need to, pass that on to him. Oh, thank you so much for your super sticker, the Black Queen. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much, our awesome moderator. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Carlene Beckford says, Charles is a failed father. The only person Charles loves is himself and Camilla. Shame, shame, shame. That's very true. I mean, they've been very public about that. Only people he loves, himself and Camilla. He can't even say about, him, his mother, no one. He doesn't. Just like, Kula says, the global statesman nonsense is just that nonsense air coming from Pagans. It just, I guess he forgot he was supposedly the global statesman. And it's so funny. I was thinking about that a couple of days ago, about the global thing. And I remember Simon Case is the one that kind of stuck that in his head. And that's when the whole thing really ramped up, with them trying to make William like this big global statesperson and put Harry and Meghan down. That's when this whole thing started really blowing up between Kensington Palace and Harry and Meghan, is this push to make William this thing that he just wasn't qualified or in any way, shape, or form to be doing. And that was one of the things that really separated the brother. Well, they were separated before, but that drove such a huge wedge between them, and all of this mess started happening after that. It's this whole global statesman thing. So yeah. Thank you, Cookies and Cream, a member for 14 months. Oh my goodness, 14 months of support. Thank you so very much. Says, you're doing a fantastic job as always. I appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. Thank you guys for being and sticking with me in spite of all the craziness. So thank you. What else is happening apart from Charles's madness? Okay, this is a little bit. Yesterday we were talking about where to find stuff, where to find somebody who's asking where to find a community page. If you're looking at YouTube right now, the video right now, right at the top of the video, you should see where that circle is. You should see home, video, shorts, live, playlist, community. If you are listening or watching it on your phone, you might just see home, video, and shorts. You would have to scroll over to see the community page, because all 6 of these will not be on the screen at the same time. You'll have to scroll over to find the community page. So right at the top of the video, that's where you will find community page. And so whether it's stuff or photos or information from Invictus, whatever, all of it is there in our community page. If you are a member of the 2 Cents Crew and have never checked the community page, that's where all the stuff would be posted. Links, photos. Sometimes I post my own photos and stuff like that there, or video, whatever. That's where it will be posted. So again, if you haven't checked out the community page, that's where you find information that you will not find on the may I find on the episodes. So yeah, so that's where you go. Again, if you're using your phone, which the majority of people would be watching or listening on their phone, you will not see community page right on the screen. You'll have to scroll over past the videos, the shorts, the live and playlist to find the community. So that's kind of how you find that. And some wonderful news. We talked about the fundraisers yesterday. It's jumping up. I think we Patriot Love was like 22,000 yesterday, I think. It has now jumped to 30,795. And now oh goodness, I was practicing this today. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna attempt it. Inkwang Kwezi Kaniyisa. Oh gosh, I hope I said that right. ECD. So they now, I think yesterday was 49,000. Now it's now jump up to 51,708. And oh gosh, this is what I forgot to do. What is I wonder if what's her name? Oh shoot. I was gonna look for it and I forgot to look. I completely forgot to look for what is the name of, like, does in South Africa, I'm assuming you don't use dollars. So Nolathandu, if you're still here, what is your currency? Like, what is it? What is the name? Because like here we use dollars or pounds in the UK. And I meant to look up for South Africa and I completely forgot. And so there is that R right next to the 51,000. And that's why I wanted to look up, because I'm like, I didn't know what it was called. So Nolathandu, if you're here, can you tell me what it is? So oh, Rand. Oh, okay. Rand. Oh, okay. Thank you, Rand. Thank you. Because I saw it yesterday and I was like, I meant to look it up and then I forgot. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it for today. And then I came on here and still forgot. So Rand, there you go. So 51,708 Rand. Thank you, our amazing community who teaches us every day. Thank you. So they jumped up from, I think, 49 to 51,000. So both of them are going right now. It is amazing. If you're able to financially support either one of them, great. And in our community page that I just showed you, in our community page, I posted the links for the fundraisers. I also, for example, South Africa fundraiser, I also post the link for the Sussexes. They also support this charity, and also you can find it on their 2023 like the year-end report. So I also put the link of that there, and also a screenshot of what they said about this organization, so that you see this is something that they support as well. So yes, thank you, Kathy Gavi. Yes, it is Rand. Thank you. And so one of those things is like I have all these things to look up, and then it's like you come here and it's like, oh, no, I didn't look it up. So thank you guys for our community teaching us as usual. And again, this is for no reason. Prince Harry today in the UK, just happy as a lark, speaking to Mr. Drum Person. And so very exciting. And again, tomorrow, Peace is going to be our roving reporter. Hopefully we get some really good photos and videos from her. She is going to be part of the ceremony. So yeah. So anyways, that's all I got. I'm going to stay in the chat and see what you guys have. And thank you. Hi, Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn says, hi, Pedal Squatty. Good day. And the king planned garden party at Buckingham Palace tomorrow just to get away from Harry. Of course. We can't support Harry. We have to have a garden party. Of course, Kutlo says, Prince Harry is glowing. I'm telling you, California sure agrees with him. Absolutely agree with Harry. I'm telling you. And I love it because too, he gets to do all the things that he never had an opportunity to do in the UK. In a way, and with the people he wants to do things with in California. So it's wonderful. It's just really, I'm telling you, Queen Betty knew when she said no to that half in, half out. Queen Betty, I am not here for Queen Betty, as you know, but I'm telling you, or we think they said it's Queen Betty, but we know Betty didn't have much power by that time, but since they put her name to it, I have to thank them because I can't imagine dealing with these people on a half in, half out basis. I mean, now they have their freedom to do whatever it is they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it. They don't have to deal with people they don't want to deal with. So that saying no to that half in, half out was an absolute, you know, like, thank you, Lord. They meant harm, maybe, but you've turned this into something great. You gave them the freedom to live as they want to live, and it's just been amazing. So yeah. Um, um let's see what else you guys are saying. Let's stay in the chat before we end. Kalisha says, I'm glad Harry made it to the first event. Yes, I'm happy too. I wasn't sure he was going to be there because I didn't know what travel stuff he had arranged, but I'm really happy that he was there and there with Ken Fisher and Sir Keith. So yeah. Kathy says, was Harry and the IGF invited to the royal family garden party? I would think not. I would think not. Very interesting. Yes. Thank you, Pachico. Just letting us know. Yes, the Endeavor Fund. Yes. Uh, Cookies and Cream says, I'll be listening for now. I'm getting ready to go to the store. By the way, Church Nelly, I won't be buying any turkey or apples. Is she still threatening to throw her turkey at somebody? We told you no, Church Nelly. You're not allowed to be throwing turkeys at anybody. Now it's apples? Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. What are we going to do with Church Nelly? Anyways, oh, she actually posted, so if you need a link for Patriot Love, this is their fundraiser. You can always just click on Church Nelly's post, or it's again in our community page. So yeah. Wilson says, and Wilson, I have been saying this forever too. I totally agree with you with this, as eventually Invictus headquarters will be moved to Canada or the US to avoid this king empty military schedules on his calendar, just like William's schedule and outing with Harry is out working. Yeah, I hope too that it moves. That would be the best. Maybe he wants to keep that home connection. I mean, you can't blame him. I can't blame him for it. Anybody would feel that way about their home country, even though they're totally not deserving of it. But the vets are, the vets. That's where he started. That's where he, was a military. His friends are there. His closest friends who helped him to be the man that he is today are all there. So I could totally understand Harry wants to keep that there because, again, pulling it out, what would it do to the vets? He has to think of them and what that would mean for them. And so even though his family, the press, and some crazy royalists are just some of the grossest people you'd come across, the bigger picture is seeing what that would mean for the vets, who they have the pride in that Invictus started with them. So you have to think of the JJs and of the world who all started with this, and so it's a hard thing. I'm sure in a perfect world Harry would be like, let's just pull this thing out of here, but again, you have to think in terms of that as well. So but it's just unfortunate that they have to deal with the nonsense in the UK. I mean, if anything, this should tell people why the Invictus Games 2027 should not in any way, shape, or form be in the UK, just by King Charles's ridiculous behavior. That should be a huge green light. I mean, a huge red light of like, no. Apart from the poll that they did was like a big no, and only 12% I guess of people saying yes to the UK, but it's like this behavior should be a big green or big red flags, like no. So yeah, let's see. Wait, somebody wants it to be in the UK? Joan is like, no, Vinny, are you kidding? Who needs their negative energy anyway? Wait. Novi says the royal family was invited to Invictus and celebration and declined. I mean, Harry is like that. He will, because what I think what is happening here is that Harry is reaching out, because later down the road, no one can say, and I'm glad, whether, I mean, I don't know, I hadn't seen this, that he had invited them, but I'm sure he did. I'm just like they invited them to Lily's birthday and they declined. He is letting them decline so that down the road, it is now in history. It is now written that we know that he is reaching out to them and they're the ones saying no. And he's giving them the chance to say no. And so they cannot say that Harry was the one that, rejected them or any of those things. Harry is the one doing it, and he's like letting them be the one, and they still can't see it. But yeah, it's just like, good for Harry, because this is what an adult does, and let them continue to behave like childish and immature, and because he basically, what he's doing is exposing them. He is exposing them, because these are the same people who are now, oh, we have military patrons, and he's giving William this patronage to the military, and Harry is exposing that they are really not interested in the military. For them, it's just a title. It's just this fake honors that they're all awarding themselves. And the fact that he's like, you're being invited to a military or veterans affair and you're turning it down, you who are supposed to be the head of the military, and then you're giving each other these meaningless patronages. He's letting them look like hypocrites. And they're walking right into it. So good on you, Harry. This is all down in history. So good on Harry. So yeah. Let's see what else is there. Sylvia says, it truly makes me sad that Prince Harry and his family had to run from his home to save their lives, but I am happy the Sussexes are in the US. Same here. Same here. Some people, oh goodness, some family is just, Kutla says, and we're watching them be petty. Yes, that's what this is exposing. The monarchy will forever be tainted by their childish behavior. Down the drain goes Betty, a legacy so sad. Imagine that, right? You spent 80 years on the throne, and it's so weird. It's like she spent all this time, and they don't really talk about her much. They don't really honor her much. It's amazing. It really reveals that they love using her name because everybody loves the the grandmotherly queen. But since she's been gone, there has not been much honoring of her at all. And so you really see how people feel about her. And it's really wild to watch. Karen says, Prince Harry is all about doing the right thing and being the bigger man. Yes, and he is. He always shows the vets and his friend, it doesn't matter where he lives, he will always be there for them around the world. And that is what he is showing. That is what he is showing. Yet you have a king who is supposedly the head of your military turning down an opportunity. I mean, how many opportunities have they been that they had to actually support veterans? How many? Unbelievable. V Thomas is here. Hello, V. She's at work. Just checked to notice the live. Hope everything is doing well. We'll watch what I missed on replay. That's fine, V. Happy you're here. So yes, definitely Washington, D.C. for IG 27. Hopefully that orange person is not in office, because Lord have mercy, that'll be another issue. So with much prayer, that is not going to be something anyone will be thinking of. Yeesh. Fatimata, hi Fatimata, how are you? Fatimata says his family is still not satisfied with their childish behavior because they haven't succeeded in destroying the Sussexes. You would think by now that they realize that, again, that stuff they would be successful had there not been social media and people weren't paying attention in real time what they're doing. That would have worked during Diana time, but yeah, we're in a different time now, people. Your tactics are not working. They will not work. And definitely not while the Sussex squad is here. So there you go. So Andrea Allen said, Andrea Allen says, so does this mean that William will turn up with the veterans at Invictus Games? Don't don't count on that. Yeah, at all. Don't count. These people are too petty for that. So yeah. Mercy said no one celebrated her birthday. Yeah, I mean her actual birthday. No one. Apparently, they celebrate her birthday on I think it's Trooping the Colors when they actually celebrate it. But it's just you would think her actual birthday. But I guess only her dog showed up at the unveiling of her statue. Can you imagine that? The dogs that were part of the statue are the only one of her family that were there. It is just, that is just so sad. It is sad. But yeah, I'm telling you, there has not been much love towards Queen Betty at all. Not much, nothing towards her. Just like, wow. Man, imagine spending 80 years of your life and you made no impact. Yeesh. Laverta said they're too busy trying to form their own legacy with little to work with. I'll say that again. I'm at the point where what legacy? What legacy? So, let's see. Anyways, I think that's it, guys. I actually have to run off. Well, want to eat and then run off to a project later. So, thank you all so much for hanging out with me and chatting about our fave. I mean, look at these photos. Look at Prince Harry. I am so proud of this man and proud of who he is and has become and who he's modeling for his children. It's unbelievable. Thank you for being you, Prince Harry. Thank you for being you. And thank you to our awesome moderators, Lydia Church, Nelly, Karen M, Cookies, and Queen Black Queen. You are awesome. Thank you so much for taking care of our chat, Church Nelly. Hope you keep your turkey in your bag. And it's not gone at anyone. So there. Thank you to our awesome 2 Cents crew who support the channel on a monthly basis, and also to all of you who support in the chat with your super thanks, super stickers, donations. I appreciate it so much that you are here and you support the channel. Thank you all so very much. And I shall chat with you next time. Have a fantastic day. Bye, everyone.